Welcome home, guys, and a big shout out to any new subscribers. It's good to have you join us. Welcome to you. So I wonder how many people watching this video have ever been to Vernon Field or Dover in Jamaica to watch car races. So normally what I do is I tell you about my experiences in Jamaica, but this time I just wanted to go a little further back and give you a little history leading up to when this all began in Jamaica, car racing. I found out that in about the late 50s, mid to late 50s, motor car racing became a big thing in Jamaica. And it all started at Vernon Field. And Vernon Field, as a matter of fact, in 1961, which is before my time, but still, they had a Jamaican Grand Prix at Vernon Field, a 55-mile race. And it was a big excitement of the time. And the thing is, they had it at Vernon Field because I don't know if you knew this, but Vernon Field is in Clarendon, first of all. And Vernon Field, back in the days of World War One, used to be like a large military air base kind of place for the US. And they had like fighter jets and large jets flying in and out of there. So of course it was a lovely big piece of flat land and perfect to do a racetrack. So that's where Vernon Field took off. Like, no, not literally, but anyway, that was a good excitement. And I remember going down, we were about, I would like to say it was in the 70s, maybe mid 70s, when we used to go. And I used to go with my brother, who is 8 years older than I am, and he drove our Land Rover. Well, you know, one of those green ones with a white top. And we would fill up with his friends, my friends, and we would take like rice and peas and chicken and drinks and fill up a igloo and carry, put that in the back of the Land Rover. And we would get there early and we would park the car facing the track, and we would sit on the bonnet of the Land Rover, and everybody was out, man. It was pure excitement. People were wearing hats and sunglasses because it's hot. Clarendon is hot, and those race days were a lot of time in the sun. And everybody's eating and drinking and talking about who them think will win the race and how this one have this engine and the other engine. And it was great times. And we would just stay there, and of course the excitement is just in the air. Everybody's waiting in anticipation, and you hear the car engine revving and you see everything getting started, and everybody's like waiting now. And then off they go. As they start the race now, nobody could sit down. Everybody jump up out of them seat and them leaning forward and just watching the car go vroom, vroom, when they just pass through. And let me tell you, it was great. It was such a great, exciting time to be. You know, it was fabulous. So anyway, that went on. You know what happened to Vernon Field? There was, in the 70s, there was some gas shortage, and everybody was lining up at the pump to get gas, and gas was scarce and expensive, and so there was no more Vernon Field after that. So anyway, there was now Dover Racecourse in St. Anne, and I don't remember when Dover started, to be honest with you, but I know we started going like early in the 90s. We would go and we would take the kids, well, not even the kids then, but a little later, we took the kids. So we would drive and park. It was in St. Anne, and we would park the car, and then we would get out and walk up this hill, and everybody, the crowd coming in is all going up the hill together. And there were some bleachers, and you'd sit in these bleachers and they look down on the pit where the race car drivers and the cars and all this hustle and bustle, this is where they're all preparing to start the races. And then you would also look down at the whole expanse of this track, and the track had this straight road going straight down to, it ended like at a precipice. It looked like all you could see was trees at the end. So it looked like if anybody couldn't make that hairpin to come up the other side, they would go right over the precipice. I used to freak out at that. So anyway, go there, and again, it was just excitement. Everybody was loving these races, and you know, there were good times to be had. I had a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys have been to Dover or been to Vernon Field, but do please tell us about it in the comments. I'd love to hear all the memories and the years. Make sure you put the year that you went, because I'm trying to get that straight in my head too, like when did this all start, where did it end, etc. But the thing about Jamaica is you don't really have to go to the track to see fast driving, because I've said this in a previous video where if two things Jamaican do fast is drive car and run track. And when you're on the road, they don't like to wait. They like they just drive hard. And my brother was one of them. He would drive so hard. He had this little Fiat 124 special or 123, I don't remember something, but what Fiat, and it was like I remember it was like light blue, and I would trust him. Like I just thought he was the best driver ever, and maybe I was young and foolish, but I thought he could do no wrong. So he would drive really fast and take me to Kingston from St. Anne. And I remember one time we were heading to Kingston and we reached just before you go to Face Pen. That time Face Pen was on the other side of the road before they built it up now with all the fancy signs and all of that. And we were on that little piece as you go up onto the hill. And maybe the road was wet, can't remember, but he spun out and he did like a 360. And when it was all done, he looked over at me and he was like, how are you so calm? How you look so calm? And I'm telling you something, if he did it with me in the car, no, I don't really feel I would be so calm, you know, because maybe I'm a little older, like wiser now, but I don't like the fast driving. So anyway, look, these are my times and memories of race car driving in Jamaica and Dover, and particularly Vernonfield. I really enjoyed it. So share your memories with me, please, and tell me if you know anything about these places and if you've ever been there. And I'll see you on the next video.